Okay, hello guys, Alvarp here. We are back in our second to last game of Scrolls. This is our fourth game, so fifth episode. And this one is a good match, I think. I don't remember actually. But I'm still in this place. I'm still kind of stuck on the why the hell didn't my Dust Runner kill? But that's okay. So they lead off, as you can tell, with their Ragged Wolf. Which is actually it's a really good one drop. One of the best cards that cost one in the game, or one growth in the game, or one of anything in the game. But I hate being the first person to drop it, because the advantage of having a card with haste isn't that you get to pop their idol for one. That is, you have to do that 10 times when they don't have any creatures on the board, and you're not going to have that card out 10 times when they don't have any creatures on the board. The advantage is being able to snipe off a creature like my little rat right there that I played, and having that control in the game so you can actually set up. So just dropping it in the beginning is already a bad move, but that is okay because I'm not the person who's losing. Instead, I'm the person who's popping down the. Oh, okay. I thought I would have popped down the Elder Sky or the Copper Automation, but that's actually a very good move on my part. I didn't even think about. Oh, I did think about that, but it wasn't really like top of my thought list thing. It works. Rat's not dead. That's what matters in the long run. But hopefully they move fast because I haven't been cutting these things. Which actually, I guess I should ask you guys. Would you guys mind it? Would you guys want me to cut this down so you just have the Sorry, hit my mic a bit there. Not sure if you heard it. Would you guys want me to cut this down so you just have so you miss stuff like this, the giant little delays? I don't know. It's just an idea, and that might make viewing a little bit nicer for you. But in the end, it doesn't really matter all that much. I mean, unless it does matter to you. But I don't get why I popped the charge coil, which that was a poor move. And also playing that card right there was a poor move as well. Because they probably have. I always assume that black decks have Searing Shackles, which basically means I have structure. As long as they don't attack structure, they have the idol behind it. And so you just have to keep their offense at bay there in that idle place for 10 turns, which is easier than it sounds because you just have to chump blocker, chump blocker, chump blocker for forever and ever amen, and then you're good. But I guess that was a mistake, but it doesn't look like they played it, and the odds that they still play it aren't like super high or anything. It's just something that I always am a bit nervous about, that's all. So I better play the energy siphon and just draw with the copper automation because that'd be the right move to make. Instead of, please tell me I go for the rat. I don't go for the rat because I'm stupid, and I'm smart enough to at least pop that guy for more things and play a Dust Runner. Now moving that, so I'm kind of on. You can tell I'm kind of on the edge of, because basically I'd be killing the Dust Runner for the that, but I decide deal. And so hopefully they're smart and do that. And also if I'd played the Energy Siphon, the rat wouldn't have to die, and I could have played the Inferno Blast the next move and done good. But I guess I didn't, which was bad, and that's okay. It happens a lot. I make a lot of dumb misplays. You make those after a while. Well, actually not after a while. You do better plays after a while. But right now I'm out in the misplay mode, and that's just what's happening now. And so I keep on checking the Energy Siphon, and they gave that guy arthritis, so he'll die in a couple turns, which is actually just fine by me. And the Unforeseen Onslaught tempts me, but I decided instead to go through that. And then I realized, oh, board clearing time on their side, because I can kill them all, which is what board clearing is. And so that was good. I'm kind of in a comfy position. I mean, I already feel like even though I've only got 3 things on the board, they can't do anything. The one thing that probably would be smarter is to kind of spread them out. And even this, I don't really. This is just them trying to. They're just trying so hard. It's so cute watching them try to get board position and fail miserably. And so this is when I learned that it has to be a creature, and I think I checked the effects too just to make sure, but it doesn't look like I do. I think I just might have thought that to myself. I do that too sometimes, and I think that I said it or something. But again, whatever. Doesn't really matter that much. Because I should have them just fine. And I think in the end I decide to pop the little copper automation that I have in my hand. And have fun with, you know, and I don't know, I think it sounds like something that I do is playing the Shearing Shackles right now on that. But thankfully I decided to be smart and I only play a Languid on that guy because it's a deceptively strong creature, that right there. Because not only is it just Curse 2, which is good, but combine that with its ability, it's essentially every time it's attacking something, if you make it every 4 turns, it's got a countdown of 4 and deals 5 damage, which is, for something that deals 4, not terrible, but the amount of control you have over how it deals the damage is kind of what makes it really solid. And so hopefully I decide to go for another board clear and spark the guy in the back. Good job. Yes, you do that move. Good me. And then we have our Dust Runner army out, which is another good thing. The one thing I'd have to be worried about is the hex marks, because that kind of an AoE attack would be deadly right now. Basically, all of these guys could get killed in one hit. So, not pretty. Very not pretty. But I don't think that happens, so I do keep the bad formation. It's actually kind of frustrating because that's probably one of my favorite setups right there. See, they just decide, okay, we'll go for the idol now. Which is just, but remember, there's only 2 idols that I'm not guarding. So, very poor move right there. If you want to make poor moves against me, knock yourself out, but it doesn't make them not poor moves. You can pop my idol for 4, whatever. I can pop 3 idols for 1 every turn, and you have to rip through those 3 different people who are stacked above the idol. So don't do that. It is bad. You hear me? Bad. But they pop up their little statue style defense, which is frustrating. And then I decide, whatever, you kill, you get kill. And I probably draw Spark knowing my patterns in this game. And I think what I should have done is next move just plain Omnivore on it. But I don't think I do. Just because even though it sounds a bit goofy. I mean, no, it doesn't sound totally goofy because popping an Omnivore on it is good. I typically like waiting a little bit to pop it on the my Rod Eater, just because that way it has a little bit more defense, because you're giving up its ability to gain health, which is a huge advantage for opponents for obvious reasons. But I mean, still doesn't matter too much that much. So it's okay, and I think I decided we're gonna pop the Rod Eater, and I don't understand why they moved there. That and the Miasma Well. The reason I don't like Miasma Well or other cards that have global effects like that is because basically, at least the way I play this game, if somebody wants to give a global effect, especially a card like Miasma Well, that affects everybody in the game. And so giving that effect to somebody else for free essentially, and taking up a spot on your board that you don't have to take up, you don't want to give your opponent that advantage of real estate. And that's essentially what Miasma Well is doing. I could play just as well as my opponent, but because they don't, it doesn't work out. Now, see, that's what I should have been watching out from the beginning, the Shearing Shackles. That's kind of why I have to. That's kind of why, another reason why I'm not a huge fan of those. And he pops a Vitriol Oil, or on that, and he says, oops, I messed up a bit later. And it's kind of just a silly mistake, but silly mistakes are half the game here, so that's kind of how it comes down to, because it does suck. I can verify, make lots of stupid mistakes. But I do decide to get the Dust Runner back into the main formation, so now I just have like columns and columns of unit and more unit. And I'm really curious how many of those fountain people that they have that just regen their health, because They had a lot of them. I think anyway. It looked like they had a lot of them. Not sure though. And then they're just boring and surrender. I mean, I probably would win it, but still kind of disappointing. And now we have a rare, which is good. And that's the end. Goodbye.